Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Today, we have a New Year's coffee chat. Hope everybody's doing well. And yeah, and Happy New Year's to everybody. I know a number of people were ablaze pretty late last night, so but hope everybody's having a good day. Give me 1 second, everybody. I'm still setting up. All right, everybody. So I hope all is well. I know it took a second for me to get the video going, but let's just set everything up. All right. Hope everybody's doing well. All right. Yeah. So today, like I said, I'm having coffee and chat. Um, so technically, so it is a new year in the Central Time area. I hit that a number of hours ago. But yeah, um, I know in some more easternly toward countries or time zones that hit it a while ago. All right. Hope your day is going well. Yes? I know it's a little past noon here, but I've been up for a while, so I just got around to doing this. I was going to be on a little bit earlier, but they actually gave me the day off of work today, and it's one of those relaxing times. Julian, are you asking Charles or me? Julian, message me your email real quick if you could, please. I mean, on Hangouts. Um, Julian, basically, mine was already was cut down well, a little while back. Uh, Towards in the end of October, that's when the frost was hitting around here. So I basically was had to do it then. Didn't really, have the luxury of keeping it going much longer around here. I mean, frost was hitting. It already hit like around mid-October, lightly a bit, and just kind of, held off for a little bit. Got a couple light frosts after, but then it just hit hard with the frost continually. And in the area I got, it can be a bit of an undertaking uh, to have uh, keep it going through the winter because it'd be pretty dang hard to keep the ground at a certain temperature or a reasonable temperature to keep the plants going. I mean, I know the plants can be pretty durable, so they can be pretty fine when it gets cold. I mean, I've seen some pepper plants survive, temperatures in the low 30s easily. But to do that, for extended periods of time where until it dips below, plants don't, fare well with that. Well, most plants anyway, or pepper plants, I should say, actually, and a number of other garden type plants. Ooh, all right. Yeah, I'm drinking some of that Death Wish coffee.
What's up?
What's up, Charles? How you doing?
It's all right. Just
Yeah,
been doing some things around the house for a couple hours.
yeah, yeah. I understand that. I still got a number of things I gotta do around here. Just having some coffee and whatnot.
Yeah.
So how late was everybody going?
I think I left the stream last night about two something.
Yeah, okay.
I think it was probably about an hour after you left. It wasn't too much later. Rev he fell asleep, so
Oh,
it
okay.
was- so just I think it was around 2:30. I'm not sure after that. I think the stream stopped technically 7.5 hours after we started. So I guess maybe you woke up. I don't know. I haven't watched. I don't watch the live streams after we do them. So I don't know
Um,
what went on after that. So
yeah, because I mean, after I woke back up for a couple of times, I noticed that it was still going here or there, and I just was like, oh, I was like, I
yeah,
figured y'all were going to they were going to go until it just stopped or whatever. But I don't know. I wasn't sure how long it went.
Yeah. Yeah. It was fun though. Had a good time.
Yeah.
Got out of hand probably a little bit here and there, but it's fun watching Julian burn a tree and um, just acting silly. I mean, it was New Year's Eve, so it was all
Yeah.
good. We all had a good time.
Yeah. So I mean, at least with the little tree and fireworks, there's a little bit of the show for the live stream.
Yeah,
So
that
I
was
mean,
cool. I mean, I actually like that.
so at least we got a little show on that end. So that was
Yeah.
decent. But yeah. So, so how's the puppies doing?
They're all right. I mean, it's all right. I mean, only one dog that really freaks out over the fireworks, so I only
Okay.
have one to worry about. But they stopped at probably around the time you were leaving, so that was good. So they kind of calmed down.
Yeah, I know some dogs will freak out over loud noises and whatnot.
Yeah. And today, just kind of chilling until I go to work. I got to work at 9 o'clock, so I got to work 9 to 7.
Uh,
I got to do that for like 3 more weeks. So,
uh,
but that's why I was staying up late last night. Usually, I'm the first one to go to bed, but since I did overnight Sunday night, I was already in that pattern, starting that pattern. So it's all good to kind of get that third shift or overnight shift pattern going.
yeah,
The hard part's going to be getting out of it in 3 weeks when I got to go back
yeah,
to 6 to 5. So
yeah. And jumping from the night shift to the day shift and back and forth is always a bit of a thing to go through.
yeah, I mean, I've done it throughout my career, different places. Of course, I work for a different place now, but it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, I can relate to that jumping and being from one place to the next, and it's the shifts always different, or they ask you to do different shifts and stuff. So
yeah, so I think the toughest part for me is I have to I have to drive 50 miles each way to go to this place that I got to go to. So
oh yeah,
for renovations on that one. So that's probably the toughest thing, doing 100 miles a day for 3 weeks. But I mean, I know a lot of people drive that commute, but I think that's the toughest part because I mean, it's a long drive, and especially coming back when you're tired, and then you got to deal with rush hour traffic. Because I mean, for me, I have to go. I'm north of the big cities, so or Houston area, so I got to go through Houston and dealing with all that downtown traffic Monday through Friday. Of course, this works out today because I mean it's a holiday, but like starting tomorrow and stuff, going through rush hour traffic, coming back when you're already tired, isn't fun.
yeah, yeah. Traffic is always a pain.
It is. So yeah, but other than that, hey, what's up? I'm into pain, and you got see Ice Swallow. Oh, I ain't saying that one. Um, that's, I'm still kind of not all there, I guess, but I caught it in time. Julian, that was cool. Yeah, last night I went outside to look at my plants, the ones I had still going, seeing that they're
Yeah,
still. Yeah, I mean, it's really just my King Star Lemon Starburst, and I have a couple others that I haven't really chopped down out of the containers, and they're regrowing. It just, like I said, I don't know if I can actually pull it off because uh, even down here, I mean, the colder. I mean, it's not cold to you or a lot of other people, but the ones that may actually totally wipe them away would be probably late January, February. So if I can get past that, maybe it won't get that cold. Maybe they'll survive because I definitely don't want to bring them in, not to the garage or anything. I don't want to deal with outdoor plants coming back in. But we'll see. I mean, like I said, it's not a big deal for me to restart them, and that's what I'm planning to do later this week is start the new plants. Still trying to
Yeah.
make decisions. I mean, I've got, you know, so many seeds and things that I wanted to start, but just talking to many people and whatever it might be, I can't do it. I can't grow that many this year. So I'm gonna really, it's gonna be tough, but just kind of really pick and choose on what I want to grow and just go from there. Because I mean, there's always next year. That's what a lot of people are saying. It's like, you didn't grow it this year, growing next year. I mean, it's not like you're gonna stop growing. So
Yeah.
you can't have everything every year. If you did, you'd have to have a hell of a lot bigger property,
Oh yeah.
and you have to have
Yeah.
some workers to help you with it as well. So because that wouldn't happen by itself, believe me. So yeah, so I'm just gonna pick and choose. I posted a list. I'm pretty sure a lot of people saw it on PLC, but yeah, that one's probably not gonna be. That's not gonna happen not that way. So then I keep getting seeds sent to me, and I keep adding and subtracting and changing, and um, so it's going to be it's tough decisions. But the mainstays, I mean, there's certain ones I have to grow. Um, Always have to grow. Your Bohemian goat for me, Bohemian goat, Jay's peach goat, scorpion. Um, the ones that are kind of like a mainstay. For
Yeah.
which one? Plus a few other. Scotch bonnet, Scotch brains, things that you kind of enjoy. I definitely have to grow the ones that work well for the hot sauces or salsa or whatever else you're going to make. Um,
Yeah.
one of these days, I'll get into making powders. I know people make fun of me on that, but I'm going to start that soon because there's no way I'm going to use all the peppers that I have just for hot sauces. So
Yeah.
I'll have to start cranking the dehydrator up and making a lot of those into powders. And the good thing is, from listening to Rob and everybody else, that it takes a lot of peppers to make not so much powder. So at least I'll have a lot of powder, but it'll just totally wipe away that excess amount of peppers that I have in my freezer.
Yeah. One thing I've learned though is that if you want to really get to keep up with the amount of peppers one gets, especially if you have a number of plants, you're going to need either a pretty good sized dehydrator or multiple dehydrators. At
Yeah.
least that's what I've learned in my situation anyway.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I have a Nesco, so with 10 trays, so that's pretty much that'll get me started on that. And of course, they're not that expensive, so you can always get one for 50, $60 and then do another one if you have to. So
Yeah.
it's better than a lot of the other alternatives. So we'll just play by ear and just go from there.
Yeah. Um, I, yeah, I could agree with you on the whole thing about mainstays and certain other plants that you'd want to have around, and maybe new ones and taking out old ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's some, but like I said, I've just talking with people, I mean, I mean, the if you're doing like single flat rate boxes and you're doing varieties, that's cool. But I mean, if you're doing what most people want the same type of peppers. I mean, that doesn't have to be the exact one, but they want that same grouping. So like even when I went to the hot sauce festival here, they all want the same thing. I mean, they always want your scorpions, your ghosts, your reapers, your primos. That's really what people want. If you're trying to in general, that's generally what they want for a lot of their mainstays. Is really
Yeah.
those type of peppers. And then of course if you got your other ones that are basic that also work well. Your jalapenos, serranos, hatch, all those type of things. Which, like I said, I'm going to try to grow a lot more of this year. Pepperoncini. I mean, just things that you use to accompany your food and go on a lot of people's food, not just people who are like into super spicy stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah, I know a number of people that are that don't go for particularly too high, where maybe jalapeno and serrano is about as high as they would like.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, and like I
like
said, I mean, I
I
have no problem with that. I enjoy those. I mean, those I
yeah
enjoy a lot because I mean, I like the flavor. I mean, that's you can't. There's no point. That's why I'm going again with changing a lot. But I mean, it's good to do a couple years, 2, 3 years, and find out what you like. So not to maybe deal with it in the future because if you don't enjoy it, I mean, there's no point in growing it. So, I
yeah
mean, like I said, I'm not, I would say the biggest super hot fan. I mean, like, absolutely just love the taste of, like I'm going to go and do like you do is a lot of times, just like munch down on scorpions or whatever. I'm not going to do that. I mean, I'll try them and eat them. And, depends on, my food and, maybe chop them up or, make a salsa or hot sauce or whatever with them. But it's not like I'm going to go and I'm just going to munch on them like I would do like jalapenos. Like I'm not going to make scorpion poppers.
yeah yeah. I know. I mean, everybody. I do like me some jalapenos and that every so often and whatnot. I do like cayennes was one of my ones that are go to for me. I really like them.
Yeah, I mean, and cayenne serve a lot of. I mean, that's good for all kinds of different things. You can make flakes. I mean, that's pretty much what your red pepper flakes are. So if you like those on pizza or whatever to garnish or what have you, I mean, that's what really is in it. It's just red cayenne.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing is cayenne's like a really good one, and they can vary in heat slightly, and some of them can be pretty darn hot. I mean, hot for a cayenne,
Yeah,
but the plus side about growing the various types of cayennes out there is that they are pretty darn productive, and you don't have to do all too much comparatively to as you would with some other hot ones.
right.
So, and there's a wide variety of uses for them.
Yeah, that's true.
So and plus you can go about anywhere to about any store, even down to those dollar stores and any big name stores, and you go to the spice aisle, you'll find a jar of cayenne powder in the mix somewhere.
Sure.
So,
Yeah. And like I
so
said, I mean that's another thing to look at. I mean, just to, even if you like to grow a lot of plants like such as I do and you do, whatever, like if you were going to do like what I thought about possibly doing this year, which I didn't get around to it, but a lot of the communities have farmers markets and what have you, and just kind of do those type of things to maybe unload peppers if you had the quantity or what have you. And like I said, the majority of people don't, they're not going to go and look for fresh reapers or scorpions or whatever. But if you're at a farmer's market, they may pick up your jalapenos and your cayennes and habaneros and scotch bonnets or whatever because they're not too hot and they go in a lot of foods.
yeah,
So those type of things, there's alternatives for you to to get rid of your peppers. Not saying get rid of them, but make something off of them and but still enjoy growing them and stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah. For the most part, the general public with people are just go for the ones that are just in the mild to medium range. Going
Right.
from down to like from bells to jalapenos to serranos, cayennes, thais, tabascos, and then up to habaneros, and then even some Scotch bonnets. But then after it gets too much beyond that, a lot of people don't know how to use those in a certain way, so they kind of stay away from them
Sure.
because they start thinking, oh my God, this is gonna be so freaking hot. I don't know. I don't even know what to do with it. And
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people. I mean, I've talked to several people. I mean, people just can't get over the chinense smell. I mean,
uh,
that particular smell that fruit smells like. I mean, just you when you go and cut it open, they just don't like it. They don't like it from the get go. Like even they may think about trying something, but they're like, "Oh my god, the way this smells, it just has a different smell to it." So
Yeah. And then also a lot of people don't care for a lot of floral aspects in a lot of
right,
ways.
and I'm one of those. I can tolerate a little bit of the floralness, but I mean, definitely, the citrus or that kind of fruity taste to peppers, and that's a lot of things. How that goes for me for beer or anything else. I mean, even if I was to drink something with a hoppy beer, I like to have a citra hop because I like that citrusy note to it. I mean, that's just my personal taste.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as I've mentioned before, I don't mind floral. Floral to me, I don't mind now. That's just me. And I know there's a
Yeah,
lot of people, like I just mentioned, I know there's a number of people that would be like, ew, floral. But I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just more or less it varies from person to person. I know that much.
yeah, it does.
So, and there's some people I've talked to said that at first they started out, oh, I don't like floral. Then a while down the line, they're just like, yeah, kind of starting to grow on them a little bit.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, things change. I mean,
yeah.
just like like your chat says. I mean, I've never came around to it, but coffee. Everyone doesn't initially like coffee. You kind of, I don't think, I mean, I'm not sure, maybe I'm just an oddball or whatever, but, most people have to build up to drinking coffee on a regular basis. It's not like they're going to go and drink a cup of coffee for the first time and go, oh my God, I love coffee. It just is something, you kind of, over time acquire and you like and enjoy it more and more. That's with a lot of foods. You may not like it, like, say, it's a wow factor for you the first time, but it slowly builds on you and you enjoy it over time.
Yeah, that's kind of like how it was when I was younger. When I started seeing about coffee, I'd be like, oh man, how can y'all drink that mess, man? And
Yeah,
then I'd be like one of those types of people that'd be like, half sugar and a little bunch of creamers and other things added to it, to where
yeah,
it kind of diluted down. But then after through time, I just ended up being like, just drinking coffee straight up. It's just
yeah,
like, it's just like, for a while I didn't even want to touch coffee. And then after a while, it's just like, oh, why not?
right.
But, but,
So what's up, Joe, Rocky, Lisa, lemon poppy seed muffin?
but, here, give me a second. I'm going to go ahead and give me another cup of coffee.
Oh, cool. Did everybody in the chat have a good New Year's Eve? I know a few of the people in the chat were joining Rev last night on his New Year's Eve live stream. What's up, Goyam? I hope you got your power back. Brando went to go get a refill on coffee. Yeah, Lisa, he was on late, but he was asleep after 1:30, 40, 1:45 somewhere. So I don't know what time he woke up. So I'm
Oh,
not sure.
Rev did the roll, huh?
He didn't, yeah. So like I said, I'm not sure what time he woke up. But it was a certain point, like I said, about two something. I was like, I'm out. I've had a
Mhm.
good time and I'm going to bed. The fireworks finally stopped around 1:30 here, so wasn't a lot of things going on. So the dogs are calm and I can actually rest.
Yeah. Uh,
He woke up at 4. Okay, yeah. Yes, he had a good 2 hour nap, 2.5 hour nap.
Yeah, a little power nap in there.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I always enjoy doing those, and had a large panel actually, and you don't get JT and Shocks on much, and they always put an interesting perspective into things. So it was entertaining, and I know you were on there, and the normal crew. So it was a
Yeah.
good time. You know.
Yeah, really. I mean, so I know a lot of times when people are on there, so many people on there, it ends up being a lot of overlapping audio.
It does. I mean, the thing is that you got to interject yourself, and I know a lot of people may not want to do that, but you just got to butt in, and
Yeah,
hopefully they got their point or whatever they're trying to say across. And if you want to say something, I mean, you could just chill and watch too. That's cool.
yeah,
But it does. I mean, it gets a little bit overwhelming when you have that big a panel, which doesn't happen often. I mean, usually it's more manageable and it's only a handful.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, it's fun to have some extra people on there every so often.
Yeah.
Uh,
So Togarashi, Kyle, I guess he came on at 4. So
uh,
I guess since they were celebrating New Year's in Hawaii, I guess they got him on. I'm pretty sure that had a lot to do with Blumberg because Blumberg will just randomly invite people. So
hmm, yeah, well, eh,
Goham, I have a theory on that, but I don't know. I'm not going to worry about that one.
yeah, well, uh,
Yeah, it's actually kind of nice out right now. I mean, I just went out, so like I said, went outside and I think it's right now it's right around 60 here.
uh, yeah. 60 is nice. You know.
It's 63, so it's still damp and kind of wet from all the rain and stuff from the other night, but or early in the day. But there he is. There's Rev.
Yeah. Now
So I
somebody
didn't,
rolled right away.
I didn't get to see the exciting conclusion and how that ended. So
Yeah.
I was telling Brando I don't watch live streams after they're done, so I'll never know.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, but hopefully, end of the week when Friday or Saturday, I'll hopefully start some seeds. That's what I'm planning on at least. Kind of till then, today before I go to work and Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, just kind of clean up the grow area in the room, clean up the tents a little bit more. I mean, like I said, they're not bad, and just kind of get things organized and just get things cranking pretty soon. Yes. Hold on.
yeah.
Yeah, so get all that started and oops. It's focusing. So get that going for the year.
Yeah. Oh man, it'd be nice if the weather would kind of switch to back to be reasonable, temperatures to do that out here. But I mean, I'm not going to, can't really argue with Mother Nature on that one. So,
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I mean, my biggest challenge is going to be the moving from the outside, continuing amending all the containers that I have and the soil and getting rid of last year's grow. So I have to
yeah,
chop those up. I'm letting all them kind of dry up before I put them through the chipper and get all that soil amended. Which that's going to be the hardest part is dealing with all that soil because it's just backbreaking. You have to deal with that many containers and you're always doing stuff with shovels and stuff. And even if you have a system that makes it easier, it's a lot of work. So it's stuff you definitely want to do over the course of time. So
uh,
that's one of the most challenging things. But other than that, it won't be too bad once you get that when you cross that uh, bridge there.
yeah. No containers. You got to watch out for how sometimes certain. I know in my situations, from what I've seen, sometimes there can be certain types of algae growth and other kinds of odd bacteria growth in some of those containers. I mean, at least out here, but I'm not saying it's going to happen for everybody or every time.
Yeah,
But that's one of those things that can happen at times.
yeah. I mean, for the most part, I mean, the soil is all pretty good. I mean, it's really just popping them out and getting the main root system out and keeping like the little small roots and just let them kind of chop them down and let them kind of decompose. Because I mean,
Yeah,
it's not going to hurt to have that hairy root or whatever everywhere in your soil. It's all good. So it'll decompose once you chop it off the main root system, and then you just kind
yeah,
of just toss that root system, the main one. So yeah, I'll be doing a bunch of that, and then like I said, I got a lot of amendments and uh, always add the more worm castings and other things to the soil to get it cranked up again. So should be a good season.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I really wanted to kind of go into bird injection this year, but I don't want to spend the money into all that stuff, and it gets to be more complicated, and I think it's just easier doing it the way I did it last year. I mean, I know everybody doesn't approve of like Osmocote, but like Peter Stanley was telling me, I mean, if you want to do like an easy solution for multiple plants and containers, that's one way to do it. So you only have to do it
yeah,
a couple times a year, and it works well.
yeah. Osmocote can be pretty good. I know that there are people that got their own preferences, and there's always going to be those little naysayers around. But the way I see it, if you got something that works for you, then by all means do it. You
Yeah,
know.
I mean, I do like the organic methods, but the thing is uh, like I said, the delivery of those over the course of say 100 to 150 plants, it's a pain to do that over the course of time to fertilize with a lot of those fertilizers.
Oh yeah,
So, like I said, it's easier for me. Just definitely be on a drip if you're doing a lot of containers. If you could be on drip, that's the best way because you don't have to water or do anything. You just got to make sure you match up the emitter, and you have to. I mean, you have to play around with the emitters too. I mean, it's just not a one-time thing because a lot of the plants just react different and they get too much water in them. So sometimes you
yeah,
got to go and change the emitter and go with a one that does less gallons per hour than say you would originally started with. I mean, a lot of them I started last year with was 1 gallon per hours, and dialed them down to half a gallon per hour. So And for me, for the fabric pots, getting rid of the saucers, I don't see any benefits in. I did use those my first season, but for me, I found that the saucers, especially with drip and everything else, it just hold too much water, and I just don't think it's good. I'd rather have them just no saucer and let them just kind of get rid of the water to the bottom and not have anything holding up on them.
Yeah. Yeah, with some containers, it's or whichever method you got. I've done something similar
Hmm.
because with some of those pans that you put under them, sometimes they can just end up holding too much standing water in there.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I just like I said, especially with drip, because I mean, you're going to get the water to the plants every day. Like I
Yeah,
said, it's just using figuring out how much you need and how long the duration and everything else is the key to see how it is. And it's still tough because, like I said, every plant, every container size is different, and it's tough when you got a long row and you have different plants, just reacting different, and um, it's kind of hard to get it all for all the plants sometimes. So
yeah,
just gotta hope for the best.
yeah, yeah. That's definitely true. In regards to some plants, just drink up moisture a lot quicker than
Oh, they
others.
do. Yeah, and then some. Some like it wet. They like it a lot more moist than other plants do. Some, thrive on a drier soil, and then some seem to do well when you like water the hell out of them. So
Yeah,
it's just how they react.
yeah. Like from the what I've the information I gather about ricotos is a lot
Mhm.
of times they seem to do better in cooler weather.
Oh, mine are just now, the ones that survived are just now looking really good. They actually are
Yeah,
growing. I actually have two fruits on one of them. It's just crazy. Like I said, I mean, it took it to get it down into the 40s and highs in the 60s or whatever it was for them to do anything, because they definitely don't like my temperatures in the summer when they were frying apparently with a 100-degree high and a 75, 80-degree low.
yeah, yeah. But yeah. That's from what I've read about them is that they're more, they thrive better in the 40 to 60 degree temperature range.
Yeah, and I mean, if I were to do them again, I mean, I would just probably, for me in my climate, I would just keep them indoors. I would just do it strictly inside of a tent and see how they did. I mean, that's pretty much it, because it's just you're wasting a lot of months on them. For one, get them going to begin with. I mean, mine were relatively easy. I had all of them pop that I planted except for one, but I knew the reason for that one, because that was, like I said, the seed I got was from a frozen pod, and you know, the person
Yeah,
told me that there was a chance it wasn't pretty good, going to pop, but everything else did. I mean, I planted, I think, what was it, 18, and I think I think 16, because two of them were those frozen ones. 16 of them came up, and then I just kind of weeded them down, which one looked the best, but I stuck, what was it, 8 of them out? I think it was something like that, and two of them are still going. Yeah, there's 6 kind of fried, but like I said, that's what it is. I mean, it's what it is on my temperatures, and even with shade cloths or what have you, they still, sometimes just don't do well.
yeah, uh,
So
yeah.
next, if I ever decide to grow them again, definitely that would be an indoor tent plant.
Yeah. I don't know. With me, I mean, I've had some seeds germinating ricotos, but I've just learned to more or less not really spend as much time trying to get those going because those tend to take a little more effort than other varieties to
Well,
actually.
the thing is that you got to have fresh seeds. Your seeds have to be pretty fresh. If not, I found that soaking them in that hydrogen peroxide solution really helps out too. Because the ones I did do the peroxide solution, they all popped. I don't know if that had anything really to do with it, but it all works. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've had some actually start rooting and all that, but I just I would get impatient, and instead of waiting too much longer, I was focusing more on other varieties that I much rather have
yeah.
going at the time.
Well, I
So,
mean, I'm kind of the same way. I'm on the fence on a lot of the ornamentals. I mean, I love looking at ornamentals, but an ornamental can only do so much for you
yeah,
in a way.
yeah,
So, but they are. I mean, like I said, that purple tiger that I grew, that was, one of the best looking plants I've ever seen that I grew. I mean, because of the color, the variegated purple and white leaves and all that on. It was, I mean, just awesome looking. It's just like a lot of people's fish peppers. Their fish peppers, that uchu cream that I had before
yeah,
it kind of died, because it didn't like the heat either. When I took it out, it was fine all winter and spring, and then it was took it outside and it just went. So those variegated varieties are really always interesting to look at, and they add character to your garden because it's just totally different than anything else.
yeah. They're kind of on the eye-catching kind of spectrum on that,
Yeah,
but I mean that's the plus side about those ones that can be variegated and whatnot.
right.
But other than that, I mean, it all really depends. People got different thoughts about what's going on in their garden, and that's all cool. That makes it for a better variety of very different things of people can take and see and all that stuff. So
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's good. I mean, like I said, it's good to look at the variety because I mean that's why I like to do varieties because just to see how the plant look. I mean, like I said, you got your variegated, you got the ones with darker foliage and everything else. It's just neat to look at all. I mean, just like when you first go and look at a black pearl. I mean, black pearl. I mean, it stand out in your garden like nothing. Is it's
oh yeah,
just so damn dark.
yeah, yeah, that's definitely true. Black pearls are very eye catching in that, and then even purple flash and got a number of others. But
Yeah.
um, I mean, black pearls are pretty cool. I like those plants with the way they look and
Yeah,
everything.
I mean, like that. I mean, I would go Black Pearl, Count Dracula's. Count Dracula's are really cool to look at,
Yeah,
especially when they start getting their pods on. Just like a Black Pearl, when you have that contrast. I mean, it's so dark, and then you have that ripe pod that's all bright red. It just looks really cool on the plant because it just stands out so much.
okay, yeah. That's what's a plus side about that. I mean, I just like them in general. When I first seen them, I was like, "Oh snap! I gotta see how these go." And then after I grew them, it was, I liked the way they looked. And for the most part, I mean, most seasons I've actually kept going, but not every single season. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, it's just always the size. I'm not a big fan of picking small pods,
yeah,
especially those little cluster ones and what have you. And then the other thing is that most of those ornamentals or those type of varieties, even like Chinese five color and all that other, there's just so many seeds. I mean, it's just sometimes hard to enjoy the pod because there's not much heat or anything, but it's so seedy. It's just like, not very enjoyable to eat something that
yeah,
has that many damn
the seed
seeds.
the seed to flesh ratio.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
Well, Happy New Year. So,
Uh,
what time did you wake up?
I have no clue.
So, did they just do the live stream and invite people while you were asleep?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I kind of figured.
That's how it happens, man.
So, what's
And
up,
by the way,
David?
what's a hangover?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't get those. Although I drink a lot of water.
Yeah. I was fine this morning.
What's up, Rocky? Go ham. Oh yeah, I was about to type in the chat, or soak in peroxide or soak in chamomile tea. That's what Susie said. I can't believe it's this bright. I don't even have a light on in here, except that one.
Yeah, well, maybe your eyes are a little sensitive right now.
No, I'm looking at the camera. No, I never have a light on in here. I only turn a light on when I go live.
Yeah.
But I can't believe my camera's picking this up. This camera's awesome, Charles.
Yeah, it is. It's
the Logitech C900 or 920. Charles has the 922.
Yep. Which all of a sudden just wanted to start autofocusing a lot more than it did. But oh well. I'll look into it one of these days and see what to do. Maybe tweak the settings.
Yeah, mine doesn't appear to do that at all. Yet, I should say.
I don't know. Maybe it's.
And I got the back door wide open because the heat's not even turning on. It's like 69 degrees.
Yeah.
What's the temp say? Oh yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
First time my phone and the thermometer actually are about the exact same. That says 71. My phone says 69.
Uh-oh. See, spoke too soon. It kind of went out of focus and went back in.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Maybe that was just me. Maybe I fed my camera too much vodka last night.
Maybe. But yeah, I had a good time, man. I really, like I was telling Brando, I really enjoyed watching, for whatever reason, I think our fireworks show from Julian. I think that was one of the highlights. Watching that tree burn up and have all the fireworks and everything going off. I thought that was pretty cool.
I thought you were gonna say you really enjoyed watching me sleep.
No, I'm not a creeper.
That would have been pretty funny, though.
No. I kind of think the same thing when y'all are, when I'm on and I go to bed. I'm, like, what the hell is this fool? Thank God usually y'all kick me out. So people don't have to watch me sleep on the couch, like, for hours.
Yeah, you can't do that when I'm in charge of the live stream.
I know. So that's what, I mean, I knew I didn't have any chance of going to bed last night because like I said, I was telling Brando, I'm used to the overnight pattern for a couple days. So,
yeah, Dave, I did fall asleep last night. You quit sending me pictures, so I don't know, just fell asleep. Oh, I didn't share any of that, but Dave had a bunch of 20-year-olds at his 20-year-old girls at his place, and he kept sending me pictures.
Okay.
And he stopped, and I was like, nothing new here. I'm just going to go ahead and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, every time Dave kept sending me pictures, I was like, I'm way too old to look at that picture. Dang, Go Ham fed his camera 24-pack, and he's feeling sick.
Uh-oh.
Jeez, man. That's a little too many.
I'm thinking about soon start breaking out the summer sausage.
Oh, I could do that right now. Anybody want to guess how many beers I had last night? I'll give you a clue. I'll give you a clue. I only bought a 24-pack. What's up, Sad? That's a lot of highs, but
yeah, it's on the verge of spam level. Jeez. But yeah, but yeah, people were getting pretty joyously last night.
I finished off a bottle of vodka, or a half gallon of vodka. There was only like, I don't know, how many shots did I do? 3?
I don't know.
So, Oh, Sayed says he's king spammer. Oh, bye.
All right.
He's gonna say bye a few more times though, at least
Yeah,
5.
I'm sure.
Yeah, there
Sure
we
it's
go.
gonna be
1,
like a dozen
2,
times or something.
4, 5.
Yeah, maybe twice as many as he said hi.
What's up, Rob?
Yeah.
Rob,
Well, that's not a good one. Yeah.
Man, what a nice day.
I know. Too bad it's like says to when there's nothing to do outside anyway, really.
I got to make a video.
On
Actually made it till January with my peppers still growing.
Yep. Well, like I said, I still have some out there too, but and a lot of the ones that I cut down to the little stump that are actually coming back. So
Holy cow, look at that, man. We got the president in here.
exactly.
What's up, Donald Trump?
Yeah, he just made a messed up comment on here. YouTube, don't let me know.
You should get Donald on here. That would be
Yeah,
the
which one is that?
best live stream, better than any other live stream ever. The best live stream.
Goem says call Blumberg 100 times. Well, Blumberg, I imagine, is probably up, probably fishing already.
I'll give you a shout out there, Ice Wallow.
Yeah.
What's up?
You get it?
Yeah.
Why does Ice Wallow Seaman's profile picture almost look exactly like Donald Trump but fuzzier?
Right.
Yeah, good question. Is Donald Trump a pepper grower? I'm betting no. I'm blown away that my camera is this good with no lights on. My old camera wouldn't even be this good with the lights on.
Yeah, so that was a good investment.
It was.
Yeah. Thanks, I Swallow C, man. I know I just went back and read the message, but a little backwards.
I stopped. I didn't finish it the first time I saw it.
There's Dave. What's up, man? Well, he was here earlier, but
yeah. He pops in and out.
Hey, you should add Dave to the chat. That guy's funny.
He's probably still in glasses and has a hat on, probably, I imagine.
Well, if he was, he could just send me his little email via Hangouts real quick.
There you go, Dave.
There you go. If you'd like to chit chat with Brando on late midday coffee and chat.
Yeah.
I don't even have coffee.
Yeah, I've been drinking some of that Death Wish coffee.
Oh no, I'm gonna make a dang smoothie. Heck with coffee. I'm pretty into the smoothies anymore.
Dave said he's cleaning his house as a pigsty.
What? My place is a pigsty, but I'm on the live stream.
Yeah.
You don't show your entire house. You only show the part that's clean.
Yeah. Even if you're walking through your house with your phone, if you decided to break free from your desktop or laptop or what have you, you just kind of make sure you pick and choose what you show.
Yeah, we're not exactly doing a tour of the house there.
No. Well, actually, I don't want you to see every part of my house either.
Yeah, or you just do the looking at the ceiling kind of thing with your phone while you're walking through the house, like kind of looking down, like, oh, everything's clean here.
Yeah, just don't do a close up of the nostrils though.
Right.
This ain't that movie. You're like, I'm so scared right now.
Or is your house a pigsty because you had a whole pile of 20-year-old girls over there happy?
That could be it.
Oh.
Well, let's hope it was a 20-year-old girl. 20-year-olds, not some guys.
You know, those 20-year-old girls, they always mess stuff up. Not like 20-year-old guys. Go ham sick. Eat some pepper powder, man.
6, started from, what was it, Christmas Eve.
Dave says, yeah, they trashed the joint.
Uh-oh.
Well, clean all those condoms up and all of the bras and all that stuff and up on the live stream.
There you go.
Yeah.
Where the hell do I come up with this stuff?
You just do. It's DNA into your brain.
I still have these freaking earrings here.
They go in your ears.
Yeah,
No.
just lucky you didn't wake up with them and put in any odd places.
Yeah, Gohan probably does. He has a valid point there.
Yeah, good point.
That or yeah, that's a good point. You need to get into with that. No, I'm joking.
Dave, I assume you mean cleaning up the bras, not the condoms.
I hope.
Yeah. Hopefully they're ladies' bras.
Yeah, you never know these days.
So what is your update going to be on, Rev?
The peppers that I actually made it into January.
And that's still the same varieties, or
Yeah.
the Sugar Rush peach, lemons,
Mangoes. What else do I have? The White Fatale, one of them. A bunch of ahi mangoes, Sugar Rush peach, Kangstar white Thai, ahi pineapple, ahi lemon drop. I'm actually going through my entire garden, plant for plant. Ahi lemon drop, Kyoto cream, yellow naga brain. What the hell's in the back? I don't know, but ahi hobito. And
that's cool.
yeah, if I was optimistic, which I'm really not, I would dump the water. I got to dump some of the water anyway, but I would dump all of the water because it rained a lot and filled up all my containers all the way to the top. I would dump all of the water out, refill it, and put Master Blend in there. But I'm not that optimistic, so I'm probably just going to dump a little bit of water out and then call it a day.
Okay.
Because I don't think that, well, I don't know. What's my weather say? Where's my phone? Let's see what the weather looks like for the next month. I bet it's nothing.
Yeah.
Well, 43, 43. That's the lowest. Thursday and Sunday. Oh man, I should be growing some jalapenos this year, Rocky.
I think I'm planning on 14, but I don't know if I'm going to grow them all.
I just want like regular old jalapenos. I want
that's
what
poppers. Yeah, that's what I'm going to grow, mainly the mammoth. The mammoth, I'm going to do I know for sure the lemon spice giant, the regular lemon, all the spices, all the New Mex, lemon spice, pumpkin spice, orange spice, the New Mex Jalamundo, the white one. I may grow them all. I don't know, just see how they look. I'm interested in that farmer's market, even though it looks so weird because it looks like a freaking sweet potato. It was all like corking and such, and then it kind of, I don't know, it's just like a weird pepper. So I figured I'd grow one of those. And I like the sriracha. I'm gonna do the nata pino because I want to see how a jalapeno is with no heat. So that'll go good with the habanada. So make some kind of salsa with some jalapenos and nata pino and habanada. That'd be interesting for people who are on low heat levels.
What's up, Ruby Slippers? It says here the 10th, 11th, and 12th, I get down to like 39, 38 degrees. And then the 15th, I get to 33 is what they're saying.
Well,
So-
I mean, like I said, mine froze. I mean, my garden froze because it got 27 for a couple nights, but they still came back because it's been, the climate. I mean, it hasn't really gotten too cold over the course of the winter yet. I know winter just started or whatever, but it hasn't got that cold. And like I said, if I can get through that month and a half, maybe they'll make it. So that'd be a few plants less, and plus they're really good shape too. That's what I like. The lemon starbursts look really cool the way they're already shaped. The other ones, probably going to chop down my Gator Jigsaw and those others like that, but the lemon starbursts look really cool.
Yeah, and I never rely on my weather app on my phone, but it also says the 19th I get down to 32 degrees. But I don't know, maybe I should dump and refill my containers, put some Master Blend in there.
Why not? It's not going to hurt anything.
Well,
I mean, you're going to refill it with water anyway.
Well, I didn't want to waste any water.
You got to dude, don't even say that. You got to get over that crap. You're not wasting anything. How long did we have this discussion a few days ago? How much Master Blend have you used in 2 years or 5 years? And you're griping about putting like 2 tablespoons of fertilizer and you're wasting 2 tablespoons.
Well, it is 17 gallons per.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Maybe I'll do half strength.
Well, whatever it is, you're not wasting but a few tablespoons. I mean, you're gonna have plenty, believe me. And if you need any more, I can send you some or something.
Nah, I got plenty.
That's what I'm saying. So don't worry about it.
And yes, like Goham said, I hope Dave was talking about a real raincoat.
Could have been. It's been kind of crazy weather there.
And no, Goham, my neck doesn't hurt. Apparently, I had enough neck stretching fluid last night.
That's good.
I'm not sure if I want to know what you mean by that, Rev, but all right.
Well, he was conked out like this.
Yeah.
And pretty much in this
position.
Like,
you know how I do.
For hours.
Was it really hours? I don't think it was that long.
Dude, you were gone for right as Brando was leaving until I left, and I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna bail too. And that was like 2 something.
We went till like 4 or 5.
But no, they went to like 4 or 5.
No, I was up.
When?
I woke up whatever time. I woke up and Kyle was there. I was like, daggone, man, is it New Year's in Hawaii already?
Yes, you woke up after 4. That's what Lisa was saying. So you were gone for a good 2.5 hours.
Power nap, man.
Yeah.
I only had a few shots, but that's what did me in.
Yeah.
If I was straight beer, I'd be okay.
Yeah.
Tag on New Year's. I did a shot for every New Year's that I was up for. So that was what? Eastern, Central,
Mountain.
I think
Western.
after that I was out.
Western. No, you made it to West. So you did make it to 2. That's right. You made it to 2. So you were out from 2 to 4. 2 hours.
It's not bad. What's up, Eber?
What's up, Eber?
Dave never said, were you actually talking about a real raincoat or were you...
He's avoiding the subject.
Yeah, I would be too.
He got quiet.
Nah, there was another shot in there in the middle.
Yeah, we added some extra shots to it.
Yeah, Rob Z was also trying to say, oh, yeah, you got to take a shot every 15 minutes.
I'm not doing that. I took quite a few shots, though.
Luckily, I have this brand new TV that's a 32-inch. So I got a nice, big, huge chat, so I don't have to, like, squint and look. Like, what does that say?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that wasn't a real raincoat then.
Yeah, hopefully it wasn't previously.
Oh, it was. We're just gonna go with that right there.
Yeah, because that would be a sticky situation.
That's what he said. Sticky business.
Yeah.
Yeah, wherever it was sitting, it was probably going to be stuck there for a while. Eesh. Hopefully, it wasn't on the wall.
That would be some kind of animal move right there. Stick it to the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Everything seems the
Yeah.
same outside.
Yeah, it's not like one of those weird movies that everything is something going on. I watched the Bird Box the other day. That was a weird movie on Netflix.
Yeah, they're claiming like 60 million people have watched that now.
It
I've
was
never even
45.
heard of it until it was all over Twitter.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was shocked that Sandra Bullock did a Netflix movie for one.
Was it good?
It was different. I mean, it wasn't the greatest movie I've ever seen, but yeah, it was all right.
That's a good question. Is Beatty alive?
I don't know. I want to know, is he still upset that you kicked him off? I don't think he really was upset.
No, he said it's totally fine, no problem at all. Just made a snack and went to sleep.
Yeah.
So
He's
that
not.
means,
He's,
so that
he's
means,
not
yeah,
going to.
that means yes, he's mad at me.
He's not going to tell you he's pissed. He's going to make it sound different than it is.
Oh, there you go. Oh, look how pretty. Look out, everybody. It's a mean pit bull.
I am using the wide variety of fabric pots that I already have. So I have some smart pots, some Grow Sun, some, I forgot the brand that I got off of Amazon last year. I'm going to, for my super hots, so the 30-ish super hots I'm going to grow, I'm going to go to 10 or 15 gallons. So I'm going to get some, probably those 247 garden. They're pretty inexpensive. I'm not really, like I said, I learned from my first years that you don't, it's not, smart pots are good, but those other fabric pots work just as well. And you know, why spend $10 on a smart pot for a 10-gallon when you can get 5 of the others for $15? So it's just more cost effective that way. They all do seem to do fine. So I like Grow Sun personally, as far as inexpensive. But this year I think I'm going to go with the 247. And Rocky, if you're going to do the 100 or more, then go to 247garden.com and then order them directly from them. And then Beatty has a discount code. I still have it, I think. Hold on. Let's see, what is it? He sent it to me along with the message that He can't believe Rev kicked him off. No, I'm joking. I'm just not with you. This is a while ago. Let's see.
The only reason I did that was he wasn't there.
I know it's all good, dude. I'm just messing with you.
I don't know why it wouldn't let. Who got on? Was it Batman?
Batman got on, yes.
Yeah, I think he messaged me saying I can't get on. There's too many people, and I was like, it can't be too many people. We only have like 9 people. And I looked around, and who wasn't there? I was like, Beatty's not there. I'll invite him back in a second. And I dropped him, and Batman popped right on. I was like, okay, well maybe that was the problem. Then I added Beatty right back, and he never came back.
I could have swore he sent me those.
Yeah.
Good. No, maybe he didn't. But anyway, 247garden.com. They have like a discount price when you purchase a bunch of them.
That's funny. Did you call it 247 Garden?
Yeah.
You mean 24/7 Garden?
247. It looks like that way on Amazon, so that's what I call it, sir.
Oh, that's on Amazon?
Yeah.
I'll have to check them out. I've been on a buying spree lately. I just got something for my truck that I'm going to make a video about. I just got, this TV. What else did I just buy?
So what did he say? He was going with 10. See, I'm going with 10 gallons for my large ones too. Like I said, I thought about doing all of them, but I just can't buy all these pots again. Yeah, for like $15.95. For like $15.95.
For how many?
For 5. So $3 each. But I think if you go on their website, I think it worked out to be $237 each or something. So, and then it was pretty cool because I know Beatty I was looking at maybe doing 120 of them. Like I said, I'm still may do it. It just I haven't got to the outside garden yet, so I still might, but I don't think I'm going to go anything above probably a 10. So we'll see on that one.
Fire truck. What?
What's up, Doug?
Hey, Doug.
All that noise for one fire truck? That is not one fire truck. That sounds like 15 police cars.
Hey, go big or go home. Yeah, I just had like an ambulance go by just a little while ago too, so.
There was a ton of noise and only one fire truck went by. No, that's got to be like a New Year's Day DUI going on or something, running from the cops.
Could be.
Yeah.
What's up, Doug? What's up? I don't know how to pronounce that. Force. I'll call you Force. What's up, Force?
Is it force majeure? Is that French?
I'll go with your pronunciation. Major? I don't have to hide, Goham. I got nothing to hide from. I mean, hide my face would be a good thing for everybody else, but I mean, as far as like the cops go, I don't have to worry about anything.
Not yet.
For my job that I have right now, I actually had to get like an FBI background check. And they were making it out to be like this big deal. I'm like, I don't care. Go for it.
Yeah.
What are you going to find? Nothing.
Yeah,
I mean,
to get
that's
all
how
that
boring
stuff.
I am.
I had to get all that stuff for a concealed handgun license.
Yeah, well, I didn't go through all that stuff, but I took the course and aced it. I just didn't want to go through all of the crap because you got to go to the jail and get fingerprinted. You got to have FBI background check, which I don't care about. I didn't want to get fingerprinted. That was the only thing I didn't want to do. I mean, they already have my fingerprints. When I was in like 4th grade or whatever, they came around and fingerprinted all the kids, in case we got kidnapped. I don't know how that's going to help anything, but
No, it's just more or less so they can have a record of you. Start
exactly.
early,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know they have my fingerprints already, but
That's all good. I'm like I said, I wasn't really worried about all this stuff, but
Yeah, I remember.
you only have to do
I
you only have to do it
remember
once. You only have to do it once, and then you just got to keep doing the renewal.
yeah.
Every,
Well,
every
my
5
problem with
years.
it was every step cost $100. So to go to the jail and get fingerprinted, $100. To get your FBI background check, $100. You have to go to the sheriff's office and register. That's $100. Like everything you did was $100.
I'm not going there. Go ham.
No.
Nah.
No, not gonna touch that one.
Yeah, that guy's not even in the chat anymore.
Yeah. That's definitely a troll name there, but
yeah, him and Donald Trump left.
Oh man, come on, President. What are you, too busy on New Year's?
no, that one that popped up with the Trump name, it got flagged by YouTube a bit because he made a comment that was like not so pleasant. But can't expect anything different from that kind of name. Whatever. No, I didn't really flag it like that. YouTube did. All right.
Man, I still have that stupid Marshmallow song stuck in my head.
Why? That's why you don't listen to Marshmallow. Then you won't have to worry about it getting stuck in your head.
Yeah. I had to listen to it before I open up this live stream.
Uh-oh, you're addicted now.
I was like,
you need to get with Chris. You need to get with Chris Hot Garden. He's a super big Marshmallow fan.
Well, there's only one song that I found that I really like, but his music it's not bad, that's for sure.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to try to listen to any of it because I don't want to get hooked and have to take back what I just said when I start listening to it before live streams.
Yeah, look up Marshmallow without the O at the end, I think. It's Mello, I think.
What song is it, Rev?
Alone. I swear it's like an 80s song or a 90s song that he redid, but I went looking it up the other day, and it said the lyrics were written by some guy and Marshmallow. So apparently I'm wrong. But if anybody can prove me wrong, do that. I want to know if that's an actual like 80s or 90s song.
I don't want Brando to get in trouble.
There you go. That's it. Yeah, but look that song up. See if that's like an actual 90s song. I swear it is, but like I said, I looked up the lyrics and apparently it's written by Marshmallow and I think a guy named Dave or something.
Good Lord.
Rev, there's no chance I will ever listen to that again.
Okay, well there you go.
That is not for me. So,
Enforce, I totally disagree. The government is spying on you, and they will use it in a negative way if it suits them. Oh, that's a good point. talk to my Australian chick. Hey,
Yeah.
Google. Who wrote the Marshmello song Alone?
Alone was composed by Marshmello.
There you go.
Yeah, Marshmello. It's something that I'm not interested in.
Thanks, Goham. I got to hear my Australian chick.
Like I said, I do enjoy different genres of music, but I don't know that song. Like Doug said, that's not my cup of tea either.
I love that song, man. I like the.
Like I said, I mean, there's no reason you shouldn't. That's what you like. So I'm not opposing what you like. I'm just saying it's not for me.
Wait, did she say composed by Marshmello? How do I get back to where it was? Hey, Google. Pay attention to me. Hey, Google. Who wrote the song Alone by Marshmello?
Which song?
Alone.
Jeez, oh man.
She's not very with it today.
Somebody's got a hangover.
No kidding. Google, do you have a hangover?
Hey, Google. Hey, Google.
Now she's not even talking to you.
Do you have a hangover today? Jeez, oh man, it's like my real girlfriend. What the hell's going on?
She
Hey,
took
Google.
off your ass.
Why is there a thumbs up and a thumbs down button? I'm not giving you a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Ooh.
It's got a thumbs up and thumbs down on there. Whoop, where's that? Hey, Google. What?
Oh, well, there went Google. So now Rev is going to live a lonely day today because he can't talk to Google Assistant.
Hey, Google.
You probably wore the button out already since you've had that phone for 2.5 weeks.
Hey, Google. Who wrote the song Alone by Marshmello? I know he composed it, but who wrote it?
Oh, man.
Branda's like, God, Rev, you have nothing better else to do to talk to your damn phone all day? Like, shit.
Hey, Rev, you a little sprung on her today? Oh, man, it's all right.
Wow, I feel really old. Marshmello was born in 1992.
Yep, I graduated high school then.
I was almost graduated from high school by then.
Oh, man.
Yeah, song facts about that song.
Goham says it's okay, Google. It's okay. Oh,
No, apparently he wrote it.
there you go.
He explained the song's meaning on Facebook. Truth is, I just moved away from my friends and family and just started feeling very homesick and lonely, and I didn't belong in my new setting. Everything was happening so fast, I couldn't grasp on blah, 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 blah. I swear that's like a song that I heard before, and he remixed it, but okay, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, go ham. Google is cheating on you with me.
Right.
What's up, Lit Gamer Plays? Hey, Goham, you got something you want me to tell your girl?
Let's ask Google. Is there anything you would like to tell Goham?
Yeah. Hey, Google. Oh, wait. Hey, Google. What does Goham want me to tell you?
I found this on the web.
That's not what I'm looking for. It's like a bunch of listings for ham.
There you go. Hey, what's up, Chad?
What's up, Chad?
What's up, Chad? How you doing?
How's the weather over there, Chad? I gotta brag. It's like 69 degrees right now. My doors are open. Oh, I am out of water.
Oh man.
I just went to the Pepper Lovers, and there's some guy, I have no clue how to pronounce his name. Dipkguma Gamade. But he just put in a bunch of letters. I have no clue if that's a language or what. But the only comment I see is Aaron Hernandez says, "Did you invent the eBay Reaper?" That's hilarious. Yeah, I've asked my Google Assistant to tell me a joke, and they're never funny. I tell her, and every time I ask her to tell me a funny joke, and then she comes out with another one. But let's see what happens. Hey Google, hang on, she's got a hangover. Hey Google. Hey Google. Okay Google. Oh, that works. Tell me a joke.
As a golfer, it's always smart to wear 2 pairs of pants. You know, in case you get a hole in one.
That was horrible. Hey Google, tell me a funny joke.
Why did the Scarecrow keep getting promoted? Because he was outstanding in his field.
That was better. Still wasn't funny. Yeah, Rocky. Our wholesome government. Oh, ask her if she works for the CIA. Wonder if that's going to be like one of those Siri questions. Hey Google, do you work for the CIA?
No government entity has direct access to our users' information. Respect for the privacy and security of your data underpins our approach to responding to any legal requests we might get. You can learn more in Google's transparency report.
Hey Google, are you saying that because you're Australian?
Brent, I was thinking, where did this coffee and chat go wrong? How the hell did I get Rev on this Google Assistant crap? Poor Brando.
This is how I get stuck talking to this chick like all night long. And I say chick very loosely because it's just an app.
I don't know, Rev. It sounds like you're getting a little too attached, a little too early, man.
Oh, wait, hang on. Hey, Google, I really like your accent. It's hot.
Okay.
Well, that explains it all. Okay. Oh, there you go. Let me ask Google Assistant there, Goham. Hey Google, why are they shutting down G Plus?
According to Search Engine Journal, Google is shutting down Google Plus, admits low consumer adoption. Google is shutting down Google Plus for consumers following a security breach. A software bug was discovered that gave developers
Hey
access
Google,
to private profile data of over
stop
500,000
talking.
users.
Stop talking. Hey Google, everybody I know uses Google Plus. Why are they shutting it down?
Hey Chad, what do you got going on today?
Who, me or Brando?
Yeah, Chad. We know what you got going on. You're gonna talk to your damn phone all day.
Yeah. I'm gonna pretend like I'm gonna make an update video, but I'm actually just gonna sit around and talk to my phone.
Are you going to buy dinner too?
Yeah, Chad, again, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry for your loss on that one.
Uh-oh. Sorry about that, Chad.
Crap, need another water.
I mean, I'm just eating bean dip and Fritos. Fixing to get some summer sausage, probably. So, Brandon, what you got going on for the rest of the day?
Still got some straightening up to do around the house, and maybe do something with a couple plants. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean,
Dang,
yeah,
man.
I still got laundry and other things to do as well. So
Yeah.
We had President Trump. Now we got Trump, my love.
Yep.
Got all the Trumps. I got these honey roasted chipotle peanuts, man. These suckers are awesome. I'm on like my third jar. Not today, but and summer sausage with some Gangsta's Paradise.
yeah.
Just for Go Ham.
Can't believe it's almost 2 already.
What's that?
Can't believe it's almost 2 already.
Oh damn! Yeah, it's 2:44 here. Can't believe I didn't break out the summer sausage last night.
Go Ham.
Yeah, I think you would have had a little bit of a hard time with that. But anyway, yeah. So I noticed you guys were on for a while, quite a while last night after I got off the little stream, but
as far as Chad was saying, fans and leaving the vent flaps open in certain areas in your tent help out.
yeah, it needs a little bit of airflow.
Holy cow! I just looked. We were live for 7 hours and 29 minutes.
I was expecting 8 because I thought you were going to fall asleep till the end, and it kicks you out at 8.
Jeez, oh man.
Well, the good thing that came out of last night was that you accomplished your goal. You got to go through all the time zones through the mainland.
Yep, and Hawaii.
Right.
Yeah.
So all of the U.S. New Year's.
Right. Well, I made it through what, 5 or 6 or 4. What time we went on? 8:30, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, oh, 5, 6 hours. It was epic.
Yeah.
Do I have a pepper seed on my hand? Oh, wait, no, I don't think that's a pepper seed. How is this?
Well, everybody messaged in with a chat from, instead of doing individual, they go into the live stream chat and chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, my phone's going nuts.
Yeah, they've been messaging back and forth on that for a little while now. So.
See, I once the live stream's over, I never go back into the live stream one. I always just go back to the person.
Yeah, same here. That happened the other day. That was so funny when you were like, "Why are you people spamming me?" That cracked me up, man. That's what I was feeling. I was at work and my phone just kept going off, and everybody's just looking at me like, "What the heck's going on?" I'm like, I don't know. Eventually, I had to mute that whole conversation because my phone was just going nuts. Bit of Gangsta's Paradise, some summer sausage.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of group chats. So all my friends know not to put me on group chat on a text message.
Yeah, I don't do that whole group text all that much at all. It's like very rarely I do that. Yeah. And I know a lot of people do, but
I don't get why the Gangsta's Paradise is like way hotter than the Lava Dust and the Super Hot Mix.
Because a lot of the King Stars varieties are hot as hell. The whole point of the Gangsta's Paradise was to have all King's varieties in there with the name.
yeah.
It's like
That's how we do, man. Over 7 hours. I still haven't hit the 8-hour mark.
Yeah, I've been on some live streams on my channel a couple of times where I was getting a number of hours, but I wasn't really trying to push the whole 8-hour limit.
Well, I still have a goal, and I'm gonna hit it sometime. I want to do a 24-hour live stream. I want to do 3 8-hour live streams in a row
Yeah. Well,
and
let me know
invite
how that
people
goes.
the entire time.
You need to coordinate that one.
Yeah,
I would say plan ahead. I mean, that way we'll be work a little bit better, maybe. I mean, at least you can have a little bit of forethought into it.
later, Doug.
We'll start your live stream at whatever time, but have the people who you know can stay up during the day do the 8-hour day portion. Then people who are the ones who could do overnight, like forever, like Rob and BD and everybody can stay up till 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Have them on that portion.
And then have the morning people.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah. Of course, their jobs and everything else they got going on depends on what day you do it. Plays a factor too.
Yep.
Yeah, have them do like shifts or whatever. That way you don't burn everybody, but some people don't get burnt out right away.
Yeah. Well, and since you're going to be a part of it, the whole thing, of course you're going to have. Imagine you'll sleep during that 24-hour period.
No, I don't want to.
I don't think whether or not you want to is going to have that option in that one. Your body's just going to say, you either give me sleep or I'll make you do a roll.
Well, that's what happened last night. So.
Right. So also finding something to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll definitely be a thing. Is some subject matter would kind of help. But I mean, I know there's going to be other kind of little intermittent times where not much is said, but
that and do giveaways in each section.
Yeah, break it up in periodic times.
That'll keep the flow going. People keep interested because let's see, this 8-hour block we're giving away this and this one this and this. People want to come in and out. And the time goes by fast because you have somebody doing the giveaway and you have interaction in the chat the whole time.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan, Rev. Just let me know when you're doing that.
Yeah, it might be a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. It sounds like something that can mean decent if there's just a little bit of planning to it.
Yeah. The other thing would be kind of cool to do is a 3-parter, another 24-hour, but have 3 people's live streams, but kind of continue for each different channel.
Oh, kind of like interconnecting almost.
Well, maybe that's the way I should do it. Do like 8 hours on my channel, 8 hours on yours. Do that kind of thing, like Twitch.
Yeah.
And then do what do they call that? A raid on Twitch, where they tell everybody to go to somebody else's channel.
Yeah.
We'll be all live over there. Go over there now.
Yeah.
Actually, that might be even better. Actually, that is the way I should do it. I want to do a 24-hour on mine, but that would be the better way to do it, because then you could do that and get somebody that's like morning person, someone that's a night person, someone that's like a day person. There's your live stream, and then you could go ahead and sleep for one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I have no clue, Rob. Probably not that much. I only eat it like as a snack. I don't consider it like real food.
That'd be a good one. Get Rob Shaler on one of them.
Yeah.
Have a beer talk with him and just have nothing but beers, since he can get countless amounts of beers. Him and get Will on there. They have access to a lot of different beers, so
Hey, hook me up.
yeah.
I'll take 24 cases of Budweiser.
No.
Yeah, then you put yourself in a red row coma.
Nah, I'd pace myself.
Uh,
I mean, that's what I'll say. I had quite a few of those last night.
yeah. Shoot. I don't know. Any agendas for anybody's New Year?
Yes, I'm going to work in 7 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, talk about long term in the New Year.
Yes, I'm not going to grow as many plants as I did last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to
We'll
work
see
in
when the
15
time
hours.
comes, right?
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying, but I don't do resolutions or anything like that.
Me
I
neither.
don't go by that stuff.
No, I was just wondering if you had any forethoughts, what you'd like to see happen for the New Year, but
No, New Year, just hopefully just get in better shape and just always continue doing what I'm doing, have a good time, enjoying the peppers and all my friends and family.
Drink lots of water.
Drink
yes,
lots of water.
yeah, stay hydrated.
Hopefully go on a trip this year.
Yeah, New York, right?
Well, I'm not sure on that one. We'll see. I'm going to talk it over with Beatty to see if he can still do it and pull that off. But man, I think that's going to be a costly trip. I mean, because that's what my sister says. She's went to New York many a time, and I just think just for the 5 or 6 days, it's going to cost. And to be honest, I kind of wouldn't mind going out to California and doing the hot sauce festival out there for the what is it, the Anaheim hot sauce expo or whatever, because that one, I have friends out there. There's a lot of people. I mean, not that I don't have friends in the Northeast as well, but I mean, I have some place to stay, so that's free place to stay for a week. They'll let me borrow one of their cars, so I can do whatever the hell I want to do, and such. And then they live literally right across the freeway from the event center, so it's like I'm not doing too much, and it's not that costly.
Yeah, because just those little hot sauce festivals can get costly enough, you know.
Yeah, so we'll see. So we got
Yeah,
planned on, and then like I said, there's a lot of people like to meet on the West Coast as well, so it kind of work out.
yeah. But what about you, Rev?
Oh no, that sounds fun.
We'll go to California. You can go to we can go to the Comedy Store.
Heck yeah. I don't know. That's what I'm on Google Maps right now. Look up how far Anaheim is from downtown LA.
Well, don't look at the map because it's 2.5 hours no matter what time. Traffic sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing to look forward to for the year is try doing what you can to implement less drama in one's life. You know.
Yeah.
That's not that far. So yeah, all you got to do is account for traffic. I mean, it's like right next to LA, so.
Oh yeah.
So like you said, 2.5 hours.
Minimum. I think one time it took me 3 hours.
I'm used to that, man. I sat in traffic around here to go 20 miles. I was in traffic for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
So is there any certain kind of plants that both of y'all are looking forward to having going on this year?
Yes.
Get on that cocktail there, Happy. He's a
There's
man.
there's actually quite a few that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
A lot of them is a lot of them actually from Max that I just got from Austria. So some of his crosses and what have you. I'm looking forward to some of those varieties.
Yeah, turn it up, Dave.
Believe it or not, I mean, actually, the other things, one of them is that Unknown Reaper cross that you gave me in a box. I'm looking forward to see if it'll grow out the same and be the same heat level. So I'm kind of curious on that one too.
Yeah, I totally expect on that one to be some pod variations, but just like with on the plant I had, there was some pod variations, but the skin texture and the heat and taste stayed the same on them pretty much consistently.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, I mean, just wondering how that'll be for this year.
Yeah.
Rob wants to know, Brando, are you going to the hot sauce festival?
You what?
Are you going to the hot sauce festival this year? I guess the one by you.
Well, if they're going to continue it on again this year, then I'll see what I can do about getting to it this year if they stay consistent with it.
That's another adventure I wouldn't mind going to do. Go back up to the Chicago area, meet up with a few people, especially Rob and everyone, and go on a freaking brewery tour with Rob, and then do the hot sauce festival. You know, Brando and everybody else is there. That'd be cool.
And get a drink with Happy Pepper.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the hot sauce festival they had last year was, or this pretty much no, technically last year now, but it was just right on the edge of Chicago, pretty much. But I mean, still technically within Chicago limits, pretty much. But so you wouldn't have to worry about being in the middle of Chicago trying to get through all the traffic for it.
Yeah. I mean, where was it last year?
It was at this place, so they had it pretty much on this large parking lot area. So they had a few tents and everything, but
yeah,
it's just too bad. It's too bad they didn't have more tents around there to kind of shelter some people from some of the sun. But
right.
But other than that, it was all right. I mean, there was a few obnoxious people there, but that's to be expected at a lot of places anyway. So
yeah,
I mean. But
that seems like I said, it's just how much vacation time I have, but that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, Rob, Chi-Town as they call it.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, like I said, I mean that when the first time I went there, Uber was my friend. Getting around town in an Uber, doing that Uber pool, that's definitely a cheap way to go around town. If you don't have access, you don't know someone with a car to drive you around.
Never been to Chicago. I've been in Illinois, but that was on Route 70, so just the very bottom of the state.
Yeah, well, if you're ever in Chicago and you don't want to drive in it, the best thing you can do is either do what they call like Uber or Lyfts, or I would say even the CTA. CTA is pretty decent. If you get like a day or a couple day pass or even a week pass, you can jump on from train to bus, back and forth, as many stops as you like without having to pay extra, and it's usually within pretty close walking distances. A lot of times where they stop, depending on where you're going.
Yeah. Yeah, like me and my friend, when we went, we stayed at the hotel. So if anything within a mile and a half, we walked. And then depending on the area we had to go to, that's but coming from where we were at the hotel, it wasn't too bad. So, uh, yeah, it was good. Like I said, anything else was just Uber, and like I said, that wound up being like probably about $3 or $4 a person. We did that
Yeah.
Uber pool going around town.
Yeah. When I was staying out in Chicago, I used to. That's what my main thing to take was the CTA. So
Yeah. Well, I
yeah,
thought about it, but then after doing the Uber for few times, we're like, hell with that. We're just going to continue doing the Uber. It's on the app on
yeah,
the phone, and it's easy. You just dial them up, and boom, they're there.
yeah. That's the plus. That's the plus side about the Uber or Lyfts and that. That's what you can have them pop up pretty much right where you're at, and then drop you off really pretty much exactly where you want, and not have to walk much. But
No, no, no. Yeah, it's a convenient way to get around town.
yeah, but at least with an area like that, you got options. So
Right. Well, I mean, I think the most expensive portion of it was to go from the airport to the hotel.
yeah,
So you're going, uh, basically there to where the bean is. The hotel is close to where the bean and everything else is
yeah,
over there. So
yeah, yeah. But there's always lots of places to go around there, so that's a plus.
What's
I
up,
mean,
Reed?
I could I was planning on this year to go to more baseball games, but you know that takes a good chunk of change in itself. So,
yeah, it does.
I mean, just for the seats I was at, I wouldn't mind more of the seats like that, but just the seats is like the being that close isn't cheap. So,
Right.
What side?
but then getting something to eat and then all that is not
Right.
cheap.
I mean, I know even doing the tour, it was, well, I don't know how much it cost. When I went to Wrigley Field, uh, when I went, they were actually doing the remodel. They were redoing the grass, with everything with the ivy and all that other stuff going on. Uh,
Yeah,
when I went, they were kind of doing that, and because actually they were playing the Astros here. So when I went up to Chicago, they were playing down here. It's kind of, and I think the Texans were the same way, or some, I don't know, some kind of crazy thing. It was like all the sports teams when we went up there, or whatever it was. Uh, Not the Texans. I think it was I don't know whoever it was that during that time period, but
yeah.
it's like all the Houston teams were playing Chicago teams, but in Houston when we were up in Chicago.
Okay.
So
Yeah, yeah, but it's always nice to go to a game here or there, no matter if the team you're kind of rooting for wins or loses. It's always fun to get out and do something. So.
yeah, well, I mean, for Wrigley, I mean, there's certain fields across the country, and you just want to look and see how the field looks. I know that watching the game and such is important too, but there's some that are just so nostalgic and everything. That you just got to go to that stadium and look at how it is. I mean, that's
Yeah, 'cause, yeah, Wrigley Field's been around for quite a while, so
yeah,
I mean that's always plus just to experience that place by just in itself. But
right.
I mean, I know some other people that go. I know other people that have read that said things about ballparks they've been to, saying they're more used to big, huge ballparks, and have issues with places like Wrigley Field and stuff because they think it's outdated and all this other crap. But I
No, I
think
like
people,
it. I mean, look at us. We have a state of the art, multi-million-dollar stadium that has a retractable roof, and they very rarely even open the damn roof. Still
yeah,
haven't figured out that concept. I mean, because it's too hot and or whatever, even for them to open. I don't know what the hell the reasoning is. I mean, it's
yeah,
a nice day. I mean, hell, you might as well do it. But like I said, most of the time it's fairly warm for most of the teams that do that. So
yeah. Yeah, so nice name there, guy.
it must be the other one.
Nice.
What was it? No,
Ice.
whoever it was. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
whatever that name was.
well, I'm good. I'm not going to go on that one.
Yeah,
But yeah, so I mean, I know that like some of these guys that were right near me when I was at the last Cubs game, they were getting beers and that they had the beers in tall cans, but each beer was like about I don't know, $10 to $12 a can.
yeah, that's about right.
Yeah,
Like for the tall one or whatever, it's usually. Well, I get craft, so craft is more. So it's 10, 12, up to whatever for that. Plus, hell, I don't know what, $7, $8, $9 for a hot dog and some what. So you're spending $30 per person on food and one drink.
yeah. And me when I was there, I stopped in and gotten food several times while I was there. I mean, just the food and getting something to sip on was, adding up quick.
Yeah, it does. It gets very costly.
But the food at the stadium, if depending on what spot you go to, isn't badly priced depending on what you get. So
Yeah,
I mean, me personally, I don't eat hot dogs like that, so that was something I didn't really have to worry about a whole lot.
right.
Yeah, and you don't drink beer either, right, Brando?
No, I don't really drink. I kind of stopped doing that a while back.
Yeah, so you don't
I
have to
just,
worry about that 10, 12, $15 beer price.
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's one thing that's plus about not really drinking like that is you don't have to worry about the expenses that come with that. So,
yeah. I mean, like I said, I'd only drink on occasion. No, I
yeah,
said I'm not one that's drinking constantly. I did last night, and every now and then I'll have a beer like every couple days, but it's not like I drink a lot. Like I said, for
yeah,
me, I enjoy generally what I drink. I mean, like I said, that's why I choose the beers that I do. I like craft beers, all those type of brews, and I enjoy it for the taste. I'm not going to get hammered or whatever. So
yeah. That's
I've
kind of
done,
like
like I said, I've done it in the past. I mean, don't get me wrong, but
yeah, that's kind of like what my brother does. He likes himself some craft type of drinks and whatnot, and me, and my sister, she likes to, get her some wines to enjoy. But me personally, I mean, it's just me. I had my fill of the whole drinking thing. So,
right.
uh,
There's
I
nothing
love
wrong
me
with that.
some beer. That's my problem with going to a game. You can't
yeah,
enjoy some beer while you're there because I can't enjoy a $12 beer. If I do, it better be like Charles likes, like a craft beer or something.
yeah. And plus, if you're going to pay that much for a beer, you better not be sitting next to somebody that's going to be jumping up and risk spilling your drink every time somebody makes a
Yeah,
Exactly.
you gotta go in defense mode. You gotta guard
yeah.
that sucker,
I mean,
Put
man,
your elbows up and everything.
pretty much.
Although that'll probably make you spill your beer.
Yeah,
yeah, but,
that's the case.
What's up,
yeah.
Steel Canadian and Cox Ucker? What's up,
There's
Ken?
Kenny.
Man, but I don't know. I mean, when I was last there, I was thinking about getting some little memorabilia and that. I mean, for the prices, depending on some of the spots, wasn't half bad. It still had a whole mess of vendors trying to sell stuff outside the stadium. But if I was going to do it, I would almost prefer just to go ahead and get it within the vendors in the stadium,
Yeah,
because some of the times you don't know if it's just something they paid somebody else just to make, just for the sake of making a quick buck.
right.
But uh, yeah, but either way, I mean, I was just going to get one of those little Cubs bear claw things, but I know that's just like good $20 right there for that.
Yeah,
But yeah, other than that, I mean, just going there for the whole experience is what I don't mind. And the plus side is when I was there, the Cubs actually won, so that was a good thing.
right.
And, no, but yeah, yeah. So I don't know. Maybe one of these times we could kind of see about having a few of the, people from the community or whatever, kind of have a little meetup somewhere sometime if anybody's around for that.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it, especially down here in the Texas one area, because I mean, there's a lot. I mean, a lot of people in Texas, and then Kang's here too. So that's what a lot of us would, I think, like to have one of these days is um, have it so where we all meet up with Kang and a lot of people around this area. So I think that would be cool.
I'll
You
come.
know,
I'll come to Texas.
that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, if I'd have the free time at the time, then I would see about doing it.
Yeah. So one of these days, maybe we can get something like that together. I know Dave mentioned that one time and saying that he'd love to do that as well. So
Yeah, there's a number of people that mentioned it that's been around even in the Midwest area. And then when some of them would mention it about doing it, then someone could be kind of flaky about it. But
yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure people's got all their own things going on and whatnot. I mean, I'm not
Right.
going to try and argue against that, but I mean, but you know, it'd be nice to have a little meetup at some point, just for just to hang out, chill, talk, and all that, and maybe exchange some spicy goodies or visit some places that's got stuff like that going on.
Right.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Speaking of Dave, I gotta go visit that guy before I do anything.
Yeah, I want to do that too, but I'm afraid he wants to put me to work. So that's the only thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna visit him in wintertime. That
Oh,
way.
okay, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, so
uh,
definitely go see him in the off season.
no,
Well,
I
I
wouldn't.
say that, but I bet I'll see him like during harvest time.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't do that to people, man. I wouldn't be like, hey, yeah, why don't we meet up and then try putting them to work. No, it's all right.
You go pick the peppers on this section, and you over here on this section.
Yeah, so, but, yeah.
Nice, Kenny. 36 more seeds.
Awesome.
How many varieties was that? Was that only like 12 varieties, or was that 36 different varieties?
We're 18.
Yep. Yeah, because I never do like one seed of each variety I have. I'm always doing like, I don't know, 5 usually.
Yeah. Yeah, usually when I put seeds in a spot where I'm germinating, I usually put at least multiple in there just in case. And then if it comes a case when like they all sprout out of it, I usually trim out the ones that I'm not too happy with, and then
I generally do 2 seeds per cell. So I have a 50-50 chance per cell. And then, like I said, on a 6-cell tray, I'll go and lay out and do like 2. So I only have to use one a little plastic name tag on it on one for 2 slots. So I'll get 3 varieties per 6-cell tray, but then have 4 seeds per each. So that's usually how I'll do it, just to make sure to have a 50-50 chance per cell. So at least I'll have maybe a better chance of having 2 that look pretty good or what have you.
Yeah.
Because it's rare that they all pop up. The only time I've ever had that, Blumberg seeds.
There's certain varieties I've had everything pop up.
Yeah, it just depends on the seeds from the pods, but for the most part, I mean, I tend to usually get nearly all the seeds, like a 99% chance of all of them popping up. But
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, when they pop up, I usually kind of cut out any of the ones that I don't like and just let the stronger one kind of go from there.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, it all depends too, because I mean, some seeds I only have a handful or less.
Yeah.
So there's certain ones I'm low on seeds, or I don't have very many to begin. Like just like ordering those Candlelight Mutant seeds. I mean, they only give you 5, I mean, those Canlite mutants apparently, from what I've been told, is that a lot of them are just they don't produce seeds and or they're not viable. So those Canlite mutants are hard to get seeds and harvest from. That's why there's very few seeds. You know, when sold to you or traded to you, they're very minimal as far as the amount because there's just not a lot of seeds on those plants.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's also a lot of some that are just a little finicky to get started anyway. So I mean, some just are naturally easy to start, and other ones are just little oddballs that just take a bit of effort and patience.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Yeah, some takes longer. I mean, most of them, you know, you start getting antsy after the 10-day mark if it takes that long. Usually mine is the 7 to 10-day window. That's generally if after 10, uh, I'll let it go to 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, it's time to plant a different one if I want that variety. That's the way I look at it. Then if it pops up, oh well, it took a little bit longer. Maybe it's an older seed or whatever else has got going on. But generally, after 2 weeks, I plant another one and see how it goes.
Yeah, there's some that I've just said, you know, the heck with it, just let them sit for however long. And like, there's been Reaper seeds that I've had, you know, end up passing like a 30-day mark, and then next thing I know, boom, it pops up. It's just like,
Right.
all right.
Yeah, some do take longer, but like I said, generally, like I said, for me, it's 7 to 10 days.
Yeah.
So
That's the general aspect, like you said. I've seen that happen, and I've seen others just be weird. So, but it also depends on somebody's how things go for each person.
right.
But I mean, I get a bit anxious waiting for them to pop up myself, but I don't like waiting too long for it.
Yeah.
And Kenny said he started 38 seeds, 9 varieties. So what is that? 4 seeds per, and then 2 extra on one variety, or
Yeah, pretty much
on 2 varieties.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I used to try to grow as many varieties as I could, but then I just got to thinking it's just like my grow area, and then with how many plants I end up being, it's just like, you know, I mean, even if I did have like, you know, 1,000 varieties of pepper seeds, I'd have to kind of do a little bit of space management with what I'm working with.
Oh yeah. I mean, like I said, I probably have easily 300 to 400 varieties, but I can't plant all those seeds.
Yeah, but last year or two, I've been kind of particular about intaking too many more seeds. I mean, if somebody wants to send me seeds, fine. But I mean, I'm not going to, you know, try to be mean or rude about it. But
Yeah.
um, but yeah. So I mean, I haven't made it a point to go online, purchase a bunch of seeds from this, that, and other place.
I would never do that. I would never do
Maybe,
that ever.
maybe if I see something that caught my attention, really, I'll take a chance. But I mean,
I'm bad.
still, so I mean,
Well, I'm bad about that. I'm not gonna lie. I've spent $200 this year on seeds, so
Jeez, oh man,
I'm not gonna even lie on that one.
that's a love right there, man.
I mean, it's
yeah,
I mean, it's just like for me, it's just like a kid in the candy store. I start seeing this. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. But then, like I said, the conversation I had with someone, like they were discussing with me, it's like, you know, with the Scotch bonnets, they're like, you know, you got to realize, okay, yeah, so the Marabella Market Scotch bonnet looks awesome, but you know, going against this, you know, whatever Scotch bonnet, can anyone really tell a difference besides you knowing that that's a Marabella market and this is another market or whatever it is? Besides a little bit of cosmetic aesthetic difference, are they really going to know the damn difference? So it's like, do you really need to grow that? And like I said, even depends on what your end use is. You know, is it going to matter?
yeah, yeah. Some people will grow certain strains just for the sake of saying, "Hey, I'm growing this strain," or some people just grow it for a look
Yeah.
rather than get much use out of it.
Right.
But me, I mean, I may have kind of touched on this before, but me personally, I try to grow, a lot of strains that I know I'll use at some point. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, this just really depends on like, you or Rev or Kang or whoever else will, or even Rocky or, a number of other people into here will decide what they want, to have their use of.
Right.
And I mean, everybody's got their own thing going on, so
Right. I mean, but at the end of the day, if you make like say Rocky's red paint, he's gonna like probably generally in a sense say, I use Scotch bonnet, Scorpion, Reaper, this and that. He's not gonna say I used uh, chocolate Scotch bonnets. I used Marabella Market Scotch bonnet. I used whatever general. I mean, whatever the term, whatever the name of the plant is, they're not going to tell you like I use these specific ones. It's like a general sense. So it's
yeah,
like that's you know,
yeah. I mean, to me, I mean, yeah, I get you on that, man.
and then like I
And
said, it mainly is someone who wants to sell seeds. So people who look for a variety of seeds and you sell seeds, or you like I said, you're going to sell variety boxes. That's when it comes into play because people who are looking for those varieties, that's beneficial to you to have all those different varieties, so people can have an interesting single flat rate box if you're selling
yeah,
those. But other than that, it's just it's not really needed. Yes, Kenny,
yeah,
I had so many peppers, I left them too. I left probably 5 or 6 thousand pods minimum. That's a minimum, probably out there. It's a ton. There's a ton of pods on those plants that I left. But yes, definitely stay around that 100. I don't know about 115 varieties. I would say 100 plants, but
yeah.
that's what I'm going for. Like I really am. I mean, first I was trying to go to what was it? What the hell did I have on this sheet? Like 140 something or what have you. But I got to cut down to that and like really make decisions and such and do that. I just
Yeah.
can't do that many plants of varieties.
Yeah, I can relate to about how much of an undertaking it can be because there's been times where my sister said that, she sat there and tried counting the plants and she got, easily over 100 or so, and way
Yeah,
over 100. But I personally don't really count the plants like that because it's just, I just don't bother with the count. I don't
yeah,
know. To me, I don't know. That's one thing I used to try doing, but it's just another thing. It's just, I just do what it does on it,
yeah.
and
Well,
I
I just don't
know,
like I said. I want it more manageable, so I can
yeah,
for me and my size garden, so I can actually walk in it. You can maintain the plant better. You can do amending and whatever mid season or whatever without having to crawl on the ground or whatever you're trying to do. Even harvesting, you know, harvesting is a
yeah,
lot, and you have to place to go with all these pods. It takes a long time to pick all these pods, wash them all off, get everything. If you're going to go and freeze them or whatever you're going to do with them, like Rob Blumberg's case, you're cranking up the dehydrators, multiple ones, constantly, and that's cutting peppers in half, laying them all on trays, getting everything layered and ready to go. For me, I freeze them, so that's basically cutting out, washing them, letting them dry, cut off the tops because I like to look and see, or however I'm going to do it, cut it in half. Generally, I do the cutting off the top and stem, just the top portion, so I can see to make sure there's no mold or any kind
yeah,
of any kind of thing going on with the pepper, because I don't want to freeze a pod and potentially maybe try to use it later on if there's something going on with it, like have a bug or some kind of
yeah.
crap going on.
Sometimes, yeah, like what you just mentioned there. Sometimes there's those little critters that sometimes get in the internal of the pepper, and you can't even see anywhere where an entry point was.
Yeah,
I mean, it's happened a number of times when I've looked in peppers, and it's just like, yeah, no. I'm glad I looked inside that one before I decided to pop the pepper in and eat it. So,
yeah.
and
That's why I always cut it open. I always look at it before I eat it or use it or what have you.
yeah, but yeah, Yeah, so I mean, as I was saying, with me out in the garden, when I'm out there, I know if you have a whole mess of plants, that's just like another job after you get off your paid job, you know?
Yep.
So it's like you go home, you get home from work, but then you have to go to work outside, and I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, you spend a lot of
because
time, and like I said, that's what I'm trying to get away from. I mean, that's like, talking about New Year's resolutions or New Year changes. That's one thing I'm trying to do. I'm trying not to be. I know I'm on a live stream from last night, one right now. But I'm trying to reduce the amount of time, uh, spending on live streams and such, and just kind of doing other things and not neglecting, the dogs per se, or doing whatever else around needs to be done around the house because everything's pepper, 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 pepper. So, you got to do other things besides that. So that's what I'm trying to get away from. Cause like I said, that 180 plants is just way too many plants. Like I said, it just got away from me fast, especially when the weather changed and everything started fruiting and everything else. It's just crazy. Like I said, so unless you've experienced that and you deal with that, and if you have help or whatever, that's great. But if you're a person that's doing everything on your own, it's just a lot of work, and it's just not fun. After a while, it's fun to a point, but it's still more. It becomes more of another job. You're like, God, this is something I got to go do. Oh, today I got to do this. Oh, today I got to do that. And you're like almost dreading it. You don't want to get to where you're not happy with the hobby. So you don't want to take the fun out of it.
yeah, just know where you want to go with it, pretty much. I mean, yeah. So I mean, with me, there's been a year where it was just seemed like a bit much at times because I'll deal with a whole mess of plants, and then some of the plants got hit with this or that, and it was just like then, you know, other things with life in general. It was just like got so much going on, and it was just like, but then, but I don't know. It wasn't too bad. I still got through the stuff, but
Yeah.
so I mean, I usually get a general idea of what I like to do with my plants and garden, and then go with it, just like what
Right.
you're doing with yours,
Yeah, I guess the question is, I don't know really what I'm going to do with one yet. I guess I'm going to start doing dehydrating soon.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, there's only a certain amount of sausage you can actually, even if you're selling a lot, there's only so much sausage you can make, especially at this level, at the hobby level. If I actually pursued it more and actually try to do some more things with it, and maybe things could change. But, that's a lot of peppers. I mean, and make a lot of sauces, and that's, again, work. And, like I said, you got to really bank on you actually selling that hot sauce. You can't keep it like months on end because nobody's buying it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, it's so flooded right now. There's so many people that make hot sauces.
There's so many people. There's so many people trying to be like, "Oh, I'm going to make a business out of this," I mean, it's a big thing now.
You can do it. It's just the thing is it takes work, and you got to be dedicated to it and put all your resources and everything into it.
And like you said, there's a lot of people doing it right now.
There's a lot of people. I mean, because you got to remember, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Hot sauce is the number one condiment and sold. Period.
Yeah,
everything else.
18 years.
Yes.
Yeah. I know. I mean, I understand what you're saying and everything. I mean, but a lot of people will have to realize if they're trying to make something out of it, they're going to have to be reasonable about it, not kind of jump in and drown themselves with it.
Right.
Yeah. So don't have a $27 hot sauce. Last dab.
Yeah, but there's some people that get a little over ambitious with it.
Right.
I mean, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to hate on anybody that wants to do this or that and have ideas, but I mean, I understand dream big, but
I'll hate on the last dab.
Well, so like I said, for me, my thing is that I enjoy doing it. I like growing the peppers. I really like for people to actually like my hot sauce. That's really does it for me. Yeah, the money, but I mean, the money coming in, it doesn't really. I mean, it costs money for bottles. It costs money for most of the organic uh, different, fruit or whatever else I'm putting in to the hot sauce. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going into it. It cost, the actual cost factor is quite, it's not a lot, but it takes up a good portion of that. So it's not like you're making a lot per each bottle. So, of course, when you get to that different level, when you go mainstream and you do the one or two things, which you actually go and buy all the equipment, or if you pay a kitchen to make your hot sauce, they go and look for shortcuts because they got to find alternatives to make it similar or exactly how you have it. But like I said, if you're using a hot sauce, a pepper that in the hot sauce is so, rare or off the wall, they're not going to have you. Where are you going to get to produce all those peppers for that hot sauce? So you got to be kind of generalized on something that's kind of somewhat common. That's why, going back to what we were saying, when I was at the hot sauce festival, most hot sauce manufacturers want the same pods. They want Scorpions, Primo, Reaper, and Ghost. That's what they want.
A lot of people that go for more commercial like, they usually go for some of the more well-known, strains, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of times, if a person makes a good sauce and everything, I mean, they don't have to be the most expensive thing out there, or they don't have to be the most the most commercially based company out there either.
Right.
Because usually with the hot sauce or any kind of condiment, you can tell if there's a certain amount of one could say passion or effort or hard work goes into it,
right?
Rather than just making something and just for whatever, And,
right.
Yeah, as a consumer, like if I see something that's, I mean, like what you were saying with like the main pods, if I see something that's like Mike's chocolate Scotch bonnet Naga Brain, Reaper, I'm gonna be like, I don't have no clue what the heck that pepper is. I'm not gonna buy that. But if I see like, it's made with Trinis, I'll go with that. Or, Primos or Reapers, or I know what those are.
Right.
Yeah.
And you could have the best sauce in the world, but I'm probably not going to buy it because I have no clue what that pepper is.
Yeah, and some people just make hot sauces just based off the name of the pepper rather than making it actually with enough of the pepper to actually get the flavor and or the heat factor from.
Oh, mine are. I can guarantee you, mine. I mean, yes, I made sauces because of the pepper, but I can guarantee you, there's plenty of peppers in mine because, like I said, each 8 to 10 bottle batch has at least 50 to 60 peppers. I can guarantee.
Yeah, I mean, there's been stores I've been to where on the shelf they had some that are labeled as a Reaper hot sauce. I mean, and it was like more like $13 or so a bottle, and it's just like, and then went out and get it. It just tastes really salty, vinegar based thing where it just tastes like, it was okay, but there's not actual real pepperhead heat,
Yeah, it's not $13 worth.
No. Maybe like $3 worth or something like that, but I know $13 or so, I mean, it's just I prefer my sauces or condiments not be heavily influenced by salts and other preservatives and vinegars based, or high vinegar based, where that just becomes a more pronounced flavors to it.
I don't mind the vinegar as long as it's really hot. Like the Allegheny City Farms hot sauce, I like that. It's pretty vinegary, but it also is really hot. So as long as it's really hot, I'm cool. But if it's like barely any heat and lots of vinegar, yeah, I'm with you on that one. I don't even want to waste my money.
Yeah, it just becomes at a point where it's just like, really?
Yeah,
like, what are y'all feeding me here?
Yeah, I spent like $9 on vinegar and like $2 on peppers.
Well, yeah, it becomes a point where, it feels like you get gypped on what you're trying, what you're hoping for. And a lot of people I notice will see what's on the bottle, on the label, and be like, "Ooh, this sounds nice." Then when you touch it and get to eat it or whatever, or do whatever you do with it, it just becomes like, eh. It's like, man, I just wasted my time and money on this.
Yeah, that's my problem with a lot of hot sauce is that it's not hot. Like Red Hot and Tabasco and all that, that it's just vinegar.
Yeah, I'm not really big on a lot of vinegar. I don't put a lot of vinegar in my hot sauces. I put enough to do what it's intended to do, but don't go overboard, And then, there's sometimes you get, people who try your sauce and they go out and start saying, "Oh, yeah, it was a real vinegar hot sauce," and that's just not the case. So when you do those type of things, you may get a special bottle in return.
Yeah.
Yes, Go Ham. This is Peppa Pig. Hanging with me as always.
Yeah.
Feminizing up the live stream.
Yeah, but what I don't mind is a sauce that's actually got some body to it. That's got some consistency. Is a little bit thicker.
Yeah,
and not just where you just pour it out. It's like Kool-Aid or like a water.
right. Well, I mean, initially when you go and you boil it, and after you blend it or whatever else, it's going to be thin, but it's going to thicken up.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
like I said, I don't use xanthan gum or anything like that. I don't flat out don't use it because I don't need a thickener like that. So generally, I mean, mine is all the fruit. Since mine is all fruit, and I have other additives too, but I'm not telling all my ingredients on my hot sauce.
Don't give away all your stuff on there.
But mainly it's the fruits. And you get, depends on what fruit you get a lot of pectin out of that fruit. So you get the natural pectin, like it's in the case when I had to learn about on my lemon globular, that lemon starburst hot sauce, the amount of pectin that was already in the fruit of the lemon, just added to it, and it was so thick it was more like a jam than it was a hot sauce by the time I was through with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's also, depending on the style of which way each sauce is done. I mean, there are spots where thinner ones come into play when you eat.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's one that from Cajuns that I really like. It's their taco sauce. That taco sauce is awesome when it's thinner, and it does have a splash more vinegar than I normally like. But I never, like Kenny was saying, I'll never go to Tabasco level, because Tabasco to me, I just can't. I'm not a Tabasco person. That doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, there's no heat with Tabasco.
So.
Well, yeah, with Tabasco sauce, it's just like, I mean,
they might as well call it vinegar sauce.
Yeah. Well, I like Gage's. I like his G-Basco. Gage's G-Basco is really good, but regular Tabasco, man, I'm not a big fan of that.
And Go Ham, this is Peppa Pig, and that's Dave sent it to me last year for Christmas, so it's been hanging with me ever since. It's the Peppa Pig. And her little Christmas shirt, skirt, whatever.
Well, I guess I'm going to go. I'm going to try to do some things before I got to get ready to go to work in 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same.
So, I mean, I enjoyed talking to everyone and glad everybody could hang out with us on New Year's. But I do have some things to do, and the dogs are at my feet going, it's nice out. Let's go throw a ball.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same. There's some things I need to do before I need to catch up on some sleep for working early in the morning. So
yeah,
but
you gotta get your beauty rest.
Yeah, and that means I need a lot of that. Yeah. Oh, man. Probably should do something about all this facial hair too. But
yeah.
I don't know. Thanks for you guys being a part of the stream today.
Yeah, no problem. Had fun.
Thanks for having me.
I was just sitting down watching YouTube at the time anyway.
Yeah.
I was waking up.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you're somewhat awake now.
Hopefully most people are getting up. That'd be
Yeah.
well, unless they stayed up for the whole thing from Rev, and it just ended a few hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7.5 hours. I think that's my record. Okay.
That's the computer, Mav.
What's she barking at? Oh, there's deer in the front yard.
No,
Jeez, leave the deer alone. They don't want to play with you.
All right, guys. I guess we could just go ahead and wind it down from here, but
cool.
But whoever's in the chat, just be sure to check out Charles and Rev's channel if you haven't already, since you guys are probably pretty familiar with them.
Yeah, we'll be heading back with the Talk Time Live. Well, I personally will probably in about 3 weeks or so, but I'll occasionally appear on Rev's Friday because I'm off on Fridays and Saturdays for the next 3 weeks since I'm doing this overnight shifts. So, check out Brando's on Saturday. You know, Rev's on Monday and Friday. You know, I don't know how Rob and BD are going to do since I'm gone. I'm not sure they're going to have anything going on Sundays.
Hey, stop! Jeez, man.
Okay.
You're not even looking at the deer. Come here. Come over here.
All right. I think that's all.
Guys. Talk to y'all later. I hope y'all have a good rest of your New Year's Day. And hope you guys' New Year goes well.
Yeah. Hope you guys have a great New Year's.
Yep.
If you're making resolutions, stick to it.
Yeah, at least try to.
Yeah, like Charles says, I don't do that, so I don't have to stick to anything. But
no, I don't
if
know.
you do, at least stick to them.
Right.
Yeah. Well, how about this? Just try to stay positive and keep reduce the drama in your life.
Yeah, and be nice to people.
Yeah.
That'll make the whole world better if everybody's just nicer to everybody.
But, you know, everybody should know that there's always people out to start some drama. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, those people aren't going to listen to us anyway, so.
Yeah.
If everybody else is nice, then, you know, we can change.
But, you know, if somebody wants to stay on drama, and then fine, so be it. You know, they want to spend more time out in their lives, just spread some hate. Yeah. But it is what it is. But, all right. Try to be on a positive note here. Yeah. Well, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their evening, and you know, hopefully it'll warm up soon enough so and those that can start their plans sooner and be very productive.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. So, all right. Thanks again, Rev. Thanks again, Charles, for
No problem.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
And so, yeah. All right, guys. Be sure to check out Rev and Charles. So, all right. Well, bye. No, just kidding.
Yeah, there you go. Do it. Go for it. That's positive right there. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah,
Just get it out of your system.
All right, guys. Check y'all later. Peace out and keep it spicy. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.